Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Crypto Market Update. It took longer than expected. U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent says China is ready. Why do they put ready in quotation marks? Are they ready or are they ready as in they're ready? why, why add the quotation marks? Does no one else see that as suspicious? That's really weird. But China is ready to make a trade deal with the U.S. after 2 days of negotiations. Bessent says the agreement will remove President Trump's 100% tariff, set to go live November 1st. It's almost like they're just playing with our heartstrings over and over and over. Well, on that good news, BTC pumped over the weekend, and it pumped up 2.61% wick to wick. It shot up to 3.8%, and it also made a higher local high. So we got our predictive wick filled. Yay. Now, for the obvious things that aren't so great about a weekend pump, a Sunday pump, of course, could they not have just waited one day? You ever think about that? Like, why not just wait a day? You know, why not wait? So unfortunately, we have another stupid CME Gap. I'm so ready for these to be a thing of the past at 112K. So seeing this fall down, 3%? 2.3%. Yay. On the 4-hour time frame, though, honestly, it looks like BTC doesn't really care, which is odd. I have to say, it's really strange because volume, even though this is good news and a 2% pump on the weekend, volume is only 1.5 mil. Now, maybe it might be different for the all-time history index, not the all-time high index. I always mix that up. But no, volume's down there. Over here on, I believe this is Bitstamp, the volume is down as well. So really weird to see the price pump so much, but not enough volume to really push it up higher. Well, you would think so, but here we are working on 0.34%, 0.35. Personally, I feel like we're ready to go up to 130K by the end of the month. I've been telling you guys that's been the prediction. Now, on the weekly time frame, it's been really rough. Not gonna lie. Oh wait, I wanted to do this first. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we have confirmed overhead resistance. If you wanted to say it's like this, cool. Guess what? It's above. We're good. We're good to go. We don't have to worry about this line anymore. Now, one thing to consider is that we have a short-term fib retracement. So there is immediate resistance if we're going to be using fib levels. And if you're going to be using the logarithmic scale here, I'm why do I sound like a 4-year-old with a speech impediment? You have to change the you have to change the log scale. So if it's linear, it's not going to be the same values as what I have. So if you're going to use logarithmic, you have to click the checkbox. Oh man, this is going to be a good one, guys. Buckle up. So we have resistance here at 116K. There's also the idea of what we were watching before, right? So we saw these previous, let me go ahead and turn off the TBO for a minute. So we saw this level being tricky, 117 or so. Not tricky, but I think sticky is a better way to say it. A sticky level. So this actually works really well with this 1618 level. Oh my gosh, that's literally on the, oh, it's right above it. It's right above it. It's just where the numbers are. So yeah, we could see a pullback from here and fill the gap. But you know what? At the same time, if BTC just wants to go, just let it go. No one tell Bitcoin that there's a CME gap. Somebody tell Nick from Coin Bureau to stop posting the CME gap tweets. That'll help everyone, right? If we all just collectively decide and agree, no, we're not going to talk about it anymore. Does that work? Not really. Now, we need to talk about something else. On the monthly time frame, one of the grossest monthly candles I've seen in a while. But I do expect BTC to close up about 14%, which is at $130,000. That will change a lot. We already know we have a high here this month of 126,000. So it'll look kind of weird. It'll look something like this if it actually closes the way I want it to. But that's what I've been expecting and predicting for a while. And it's just how things are. You guys might be wondering as well, why do you keep saying this, man? Why are you just picking this number out of your head? Well, the reason is because I actually shared this with you guys that are watching these videos religiously, which is great. So you guys already know from the Better Traders Club, the monthly forecast from the Crypto Historical Monthly Performance Sheet, or the CHAMP sheet for short. That's an appropriate use, by the way, of quotations. We already know that Bitcoin has historically closed up with a median close of 14%. Average is much higher. But yeah, volatility is right on the nose. Monthly close, we're going to be getting there. That's at least what I'm expecting and predicting. Now I goofed up all of my stuff. There we go. Okay, cool. So I am expecting that to happen still for BTC. Now, let me go to my right. Here we go. Ethereum did well. 5% came literally out of nowhere. And Ethereum is now above the TBO fast line for the first time since it fell below, officially right here, on the 10th of October when that massive flush happened. So honestly, I'm pretty surprised with Ethereum right now. It actually reclaimed above previously lost short-term support, but now we need to see it cross and close above $4,300, $4,400 to be specific would be great, which is another, 6% move? It's a little bit of a steep order, to be honest, but I think Ethereum can do it if it wants to. Because of the good move, we saw that ETH BTC closed up, 2%? Yeah, 2.5% yesterday. It's approaching overhead resistance that has not been tested or pierced yet. So we'll see. And of course, yes, we talked about this already. Bitcoin has a CME gap at 112,355. Ethereum has a small CME gap right here, but it's still a gap at 4,041.50 cents. Salami has one right here at 196.95. Cool. Yay. All right, now let's talk about the really good news. Remember this chart? We've been watching this for quite a while. I've been talking about these two TBT bearish divergences and these two TBO close longs. Two red triangles, two blue diamonds. We only had one blue diamond, but it's the same setup here, same setup here, same setup here. No triangles, but same blue diamonds there. Now, the expected pullback range is going to be probably down here to about 6%. So that means that we should see Bitcoin rally a lot more. If you think about the weekend, it just moved up a little bit, but we saw stablecoin dominance lose, 3%? So imagine how good it's going to feel when it's lost 15% total since the move started. So I am expecting this to continue to move down lower. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the real hat trick about all this. We really want to see stablecoin dominance drop not just to 6%, but lower, a lot lower. Ideally, we want to see it drop down here. And this is when everyone forgets all the carnage that we saw on October 10th. When we see it start coming down to 6% and dropping, that's going to equate to something like this. It's going to be a massive bull market run, and everyone's going to be really excited, really pumped about it. And then we're going to see it probably fall down here. And this is where we start exiting our positions. And that's it. In my opinion, that's the end of the run. And we're done. At least that's my plan. That's my thesis. Others dominance, you're going to notice a lot of these orange flags right here. That's because there's a lot more of these TBO close shorts. This is great. Seeing two of these, remember, we talked about this a lot last week with a lot of different coins. So now we're seeing more than one, and these are really close to the green dotted line. This is good. Notice what precedes it. TBT bullish divergence. That's a great sign. So we got this and then two of these. Really good sign. Totally 50 has 3. Totally 100 dominance has 2. Others BTC has 2 as well. Things are really starting to look up, and I actually expect them to. One other thing, over on All Trading, my long position that's still open ever since the 20th of October, after all this craziness that's happened since the 10th, it's up 4%. I'm going to leave this thing going. We've also had 2 really long positions finally closed. This one was opened here. ADA was open for 4 days and it finally closed. This one over here for ton, which is nuts. It's been open for 37 days, which is crazy. And then we have this one that's still open, but that's incredible. So we have this one for 4 days that closed, and then this one over here that closed. Wait, no, where is it? 4 days. Wait, what happened to the 37 days? No, that's the one that's open right now. That's the one that's open right now. My bad. Right here for 4 days, it just closed. That's the one right there. That makes a whole lot more sense. So here's the trick. The trick is consistency. The trick is having a trading plan that works. The trick is sticking to the trading plan. The trick is having some strategies that are time tested and mother approved. And that would be 15 minutes to financial freedom. This is the best place to start. Actually, I have a really awesome testimony I want to share with you guys. This is from Necronite, who is a very hilarious member of the Better Traders Club, posts a lot. He's been running a bot here on Kraken. He's made a nice chunk of change, $800 plus, basically made 11% in the last 7 months. That might not sound appealing or attractive to you, but get a load of what he says here. Got the 15-minute course in March, set up the bot, never touched it. Paper trading, meaning I never compounded gains, never DCA'd the super low April or July, or even the October pullbacks, and it still made 11%. So that's awesome. That's a testament to how well the signals work. And that's what I teach you how to use and how to run in the 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom course. Plus, the course comes with a 1-month trial to the Better Traders Club, which has a ton of stuff in it, including the TBO indicator and a lot of other signals, alerts, information, charts, extra videos, which I have to make up to this one for this week. Also, there are links to sign up for Femex and for BYDFi down below. So definitely make sure that you sign up using the links that are down there below. It supports me, it supports the channel, and it's awesome. So let's get into today's picks. First, I'm going to do my picks, then I'll get into your requests. But before I do, I want to remind you, if you haven't already subscribed, do it. Hit the subscribe button. You will not regret it. I'm going to be walking you guys through what I'm expecting to have happen over the next 2 months, which is, I personally believe that we are near the end of the bull market, not going on to the 5-year cycle. I don't think that's going to happen. I could be wrong, but if I'm wrong, I'm going to be here still. But if you guys have coins, tickers, charts that you're interested in me checking out, leave a comment down below. And if you've done all this stuff already and you like the video, please consider sharing this video with other people, friends, and family on your socials, so that way you help me reach my target of getting to 100,000 subs this year. Now, let's start with today's picks. We have some very nice light blue flags here. These are for TBO breakouts, which is crazy to see a TBO breakout after a really big move. That's typically a topping signal. And if you consider the fact that Virtual has printed this TBO close short on Friday, and since then it's moved up 93%, yeah, this is probably going to be a topping signal. Could Virtuals continue to go up higher? Yes, it very much could, but that's insane. It's also an insane amount of volume as well. So there's clearly some good news around this. I just don't know what's happening. But the chart is saying that it's good. So I'm going to go off of what the chart's saying. Monero XMR had a great close yesterday, up 4%. And it went right up here to TBO resistance. And on the 4-hour, we have a TBO breakout. Zcash has a really nice TBO breakout cluster. A cluster is when we have 3 of these signals in very close proximity. And if they're 3 in a row, boom, 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 like that, that is a really, really good signal. Zcash could actually keep pumping higher. Just be aware, Zcash also has a TBO breakout on last week's candle. This one that just closed. That's insane. This is also a chart that typically pumps at the end of a rally. Like at the end of a rally. That's what it did back over here in 2021 in May. And then that was it. So we could still see it go up higher. Cool. But just be aware, it's a dangerous play right now for going long. But it's a signal. There's another one I'm going to share with you in a second. These orange flags are for TBO close shorts. We have a TBO close short here for Jupiter. Jupiter swap, I believe, on the Solana network. Notice the 2 TBT bullish divergences before that. This is what we were talking about all last week. This was not fun seeing these and like, guys, well, I'm expecting a bullish reversal. Here we are. It just took some time. Now on the 4-hour time frame, for Syrup, we have 2 TBO close shorts. And we also have a TBO close short on the daily time frame as well for Syrup. It is awesome. I'm not going to rant about Syrup. It's already done. And I can't talk about it anymore because it's going to make me crazy hungry and it's not fair. All right, now, here's the exciting news. There are a lot of these green flags. I'm not kidding. There's a lot of these. These are all highlighting, for the most part, TBT bullish divergences on the 4-hour or on the daily timeframes, which is a big, big deal. Note, XRP printed a TBT bullish divergence after a 4.83% move on Friday. Over the weekend, it continued to move up 7.77%. Wow, jackpot. Doge printed one. ADA printed, or actually on the 4-hour, no. it disappeared. Weird. Okay, well, it's in process of doing this one. Is it on the... that's weird. All right, Link has one confirmed from yesterday. Hype, this one had one confirmed back over here on the 23rd, and it's above overhead resistance. And gosh, with this stupid trade setup that successfully closed in the green, get out of the way. Yes, we finally hit our take profit target here. It got real iffy on the 17th, but finally, Hype pushed up higher. Do you remember this one when I was back over here saying, I don't know why, but I think Hype is going to pump? I don't have bags big enough to pump this chart by myself, but it's just going off of the vibe and how things feel. Now, this is amazing to see it going up higher. I think it could continue to move up to resistance at 59 bucks. It's starting to get a little bit frothy. I'm going to hide that for now. But the good news is that it's above, it pierced and it closed above, and it's going up higher above overhead resistance. That's amazing. Bitcoin Cash, crazy candle yesterday, 10%. Didn't I tell you guys that if Bitcoin does well, Bitcoin Cash is going to do really well? 2.6% versus, how much was that? 10%? If you guys are doing well because of the stuff that I'm sharing, you have to leave a comment. You have to at least give me some props here because I'm helping you guys out a lot. A lot. Now, AVAX. Why is this going away? On the 4-hour time frame, 2 TBT bullish divergences. Bitcoin Cash had this one back over here. It's green just because it looks crazy bullish. HBAR, TBT bullish divergence. SHIB, TBT bullish divergence. Uniswap, same thing. World Liberty Financial, same thing. Aave, same thing. Near, same thing. Ondo, Pole, previously Matic. Arbitrum has one in progress for today. Algorand has one here, also on the 4-hour time frame, had these 3 TBO closed longs that looked really good, and now we're starting to see that start to wake up. VeChain, TBT bullish divergence. Caspa, and it also, remember this one last week? It was getting real scary down here, and we saw it finally push up here, and it tagged the fast line. This is the mean move. MEAN, as in like the average move, right? This is our moving average. So we want to see the price come up here and tag it. Now that it's tagged it, anything's game. We could still see Caspa fall down lower, just so you know, but this is the first target that we have after a chart's really overextended, and it's finally touched it. The last time it touched it was back over here on the 7th. It's crazy. Pump, nice, living up to its name, 15%. Remember this one is getting real scary down here, and it recovered, and now it's up 35%. Wow. Morpho is just looking great. It confirmed a TBO open long yesterday, which is the first one it's seen since back over here on the 9th of July. I'm still enjoying trading Morpho. I still think that Morpho is going to be heading up here to TBO resistance at 259. Yep. FTN, fast token, TBT bullish divergence on the daily. That's really interesting. Curve, TBT bullish divergence on an 8% move. FET, this one, oh, come on. It disappeared before the candle closed. So sorry, that's gone. Aerodrome, TBT bullish divergence on Saturday. Walrus, TBT bullish divergence yesterday. I told you guys, there are a lot of these. These are not as juicy as a closed short, but they will precede a closed short, which is a really good sign, okay? So this is a really, really, really good market move that we are excited about. I'm excited about. Now, just some things to keep track of. I saw that H pumped a lot, 153% on Friday. That's insane. The main thing here that's a little bit worrisome is that it's printed 2 TBT bearish divergences after this pump. It's done this before. It fell down about 17, 18%, only to shoot right back up again. That's crazy. Mantle, this one has finally closed the previous TBO close long. So that's done. And then we can get rid of that. And on the 4-hour, it printed another TBO close short, which is a good sign. Synthetics, SNX, still has an open TBO close long from Saturday. Well, actually, not still. This is news to you, news to me as well. Borg, this one has closed its 3rd TBO close long on the daily. That's worrisome to me. Just saying. Now, some must-watch coins and price action. Solana, I made a point of talking about how it's been struggling to push above the 618. It's danced around it a lot. Saw it wicking a lot last week. finally closing above on Friday, and it's held above, and now it's going up even higher, which is awesome. So the next target for Solana is twofold. It's going to be up here. First, it needs to tag this target, which if it pumps today, which I doubt it will, that's 220. It'll probably hit it around here. There is historical resistance here at 205, which is also like the $200 mark. Well, it's there, 202, and then 209. So it might start slowing down a little bit, but it's a great recovery so far. Chain Opera AI or COI. This one I was pointing out that it had all these TPT bearish divergences on Friday, just saying like, guys, watch out. And the price, of course, fell down a little bit, whipsawed, and it fell down 69% from there. Now we're seeing some bullish reversal signs. I don't know if it's necessarily going to pump from here, but it has reached 4-hour TBO support almost. It's almost there. XPL Plasma, this one's crazy because it's basically right here piercing overhead resistance at the 236. Well, usually when we have overlapping levels like this, it's not a good sign. But if the market will remain bullish, then Plasma could shoot back up here for a short-term target of 51 cents. Dash. This is one that's very, very similar in my eyes to Zcash. Dash, when this pumps, it is letting us know, letting us know that the market's almost done. It pumped over here in December all the way up to 75 bucks. In March, basically before the market topped out at 76 bucks. Back over here in 2021 in May, it topped out a lot higher. Just keep an eye on it, okay? It's starting to get overheated again. Ether, I'm sure it's pronounced Ether, but it's showing some good moves. Yesterday had a nice 9% move. Still expecting it to move up to our short-term target here, the T-bar resistance at 3 cents, but it could go higher. It could. Zen, this one had an insane 17% push, and it's up already. It's crazy. This market is just getting started, in my opinion. And again, I do think that alts will be going crazier towards the end of next month. So I think that we're just seeing a recovery right now. We have that gap to fill. Not really sure what to make of it yet. Now, these are your requests. Again, if you have coins you want me to check out, let me know. Leave a comment down below. So XDC fell down here to our historical TBO support level. We have more TBT bullish divergences, but honestly, I'm not buying it, as in like, I don't believe it, because we saw all these before and there was no positive reaction. So I'm a little bit more skeptical. If it does move though, then the first place to consider taking out some profit would be at TBO resistance here at, what is this? 0.075 cents. Now, if you are someone that's like, okay, I really like this coin, I really want to hold it because I'm holding out for the higher targets, and you've DCA'd down here. One thing to consider is that if the price comes back up and it hits your entry, you could consider taking out 50% of the position. Why? Because doing that averages down your entry. You de-risk yourself in case the price goes down again. You can DCA again if you want, but you de-risk the position. You are not going to be making as much when the price goes up to hit your desired target, but de-risking feels a lot better. It helps you to sleep better, helps you to focus. It's a good practice. Kusama, which is a Polkadot testnet from what I remember from the good old days, is bearish on the daily, on the weekly, on the 4-hour. No real positive signs here of growth or change. Bluefin, this one had an incredible rally up here towards the end of September, up here to 16 cents. This is where I sold most of mine up here, mainly because I watched RSI. This is something I literally talked about in yesterday's video. I'm going to link to the end of this one. When I saw RSI doing this, putting in a lower high, I was like, nope, I'm out. So by that point, it was right about here at 14 cents and I pulled the plug. And I'm so glad I did, because after that happened, we saw Bluefin drop 60%, which is nuts. Well, now it's back down here to support. Again, great chart for trading. Good grief. Moonwell on Coinbase. Strong bearish on the daily, on the weekly. The only positive thing that could be happening is on-balance volume is crossing above the moving average, but it needs more volume and more green candles in order to convince the moving average to start curling upward. But other than that, it's pretty bearish. Ika, this one is a SUI protocol friend. We'll just say it's a underwater friend. Ika, by the way, if you guys didn't know, is squid in Japanese, which is why this has a squid icon. So there you go, Japanese lesson. You guys are so thankful. I know it. It's okay. It's okay. I know you're gushing. It's okay. It's okay. 10% move is nice, but still, it's really bearish. It's very strong bearish on the daily and on the weekly. Clash, this one was asked, someone was asking about this one. Honestly, I'm so jealous of coins like this that absolutely just, like, it only fell 52%. Ouch. And it fell actually a lot more, only to recover, like fully recover. No fair. Avantis printed a TBD bullish divergence on Friday. That's a good sign. One positive thing about this chart too is that we have a very clear high and we have a low. So is that actually, hold on. Is that the Pico low? Yeah, it is the Pico low. So we got our low here, and it's still between the 236 and the 382, which is a good sign. It's above overhead resistance. As long as volume is picking up, which it kind of is, and as long as, on balance volume is starting to trend up, it's actually a good chart that could continue. It's just looking a little bit weak still on the short term. DGen, what do these coins do? What does this even do? I don't even know. It fell down to price-based support. Of course, it wicked below it. This would be the place to live up to the name of this coin for sure. If this coin happened to pump absolutely insanely from here, then the top would be about 1.014 cents or so. Or by the time we top out, it'll probably be 0.013 cents or so. Myth had a crazy recovery after October 10th. Insane. Like, super jealous. If you've done well on this, congrats. Like, you're winning. You're beating me right now. This is insane. It's having a little bit of a pullback over the weekend. It seems to be a counter trade. There will be coins that counter trade the market, like Tron, TRX counter trades the market for sure. Arkham and Peak, but I'll get to Arkham first. It's taking time to consolidate and to recover. It does have a long way to go to get back up to where it fell from at about 66 cents. But the good news is that it's coming back up here to historical TBO support. Now, if the market continues to recover, which I expect it to, we should see it recover. We should see Arkham go back up higher. But after everything's disastrous dump from the 10th, remember where we fell. Remember how bad it felt. So please do me a favor and at least consider taking partial profits as the price goes up. Don't just hold on to a moon bag thinking, oh, it's going to go up 1,000,000% from here. Please. Peak. This one was doing so well before, and then it started to pull back on the 7th of October, crashed a lot with everything else on the 10th, but it's starting to actually consolidate and hold to the fast line, which is a good spot to be. This is actually where it needs to be. The trend is still, it's in bullish consolidation. The trend is down, macro trend. Volume has fallen down a lot. On balance volume is bearish. RSI is starting to move up. Isn't that insane? Look at this. So I'll tell you this. If we get some good bullish price action to see RSI for peak push up higher, then it'll recover. It'll come back all the way up there to 14 cents where TBO resistance is. But isn't that nuts how you can use the daily RSI levels like that? It's insane. So again, I want you guys to go to the Better Traders, check out everything we have available for you. And if you missed yesterday's video, I talked about how I look for exit signals when I'm looking to take profit or just get out of a coin, like I shared with you on Blue. Watch this video, and until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.